Hello everybody, my name is Sweat. Today read Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. It is 1,000 times larger than the planet Earth, but it's pretty big. Jupiter is bigger than all the other planets combined. Jupiter is described as a big ball of gas. That's because it is made up of mostly of gases. Jupiter is mostly hydrogen with a little helium. We see mostly the outer layer of clouds when we look at Jupiter. Glass planets do not have a solid surface. The inner core of Jupiter is rocky and solid. Jupiter is the fourth brightest object in the sky. People have been seeing Jupiter in the night sky for many years. Many years ago, people thought Jupiter was a bright wandering star. A man named Galileo developed the telescope. The telescope helped him see Jupiter's four large moons. This observation helped Galileo realize that Earth was not the center of the universe. The red spot on Jupiter has been seen for over 300 years. This spot is big enough to hold two Earths. Jupiter also had rings. They made up of particles of rock material. The rings are dark in color. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun. Hello everybody, my name is Sweat. Today I read the central nervous system. The adult brain weighs about 3 pounds. This doesn't seem like much, but it's one of the most important organs in the human body. The brain is made up of millions of nerve cells. These nerve cells tell the rest of the body what to do. Without the brain, we could not live. The spinal cord is connected to the brain. It runs from the neck down to the back. The spinal cord and the brain make up what is called the central nervous system. The brain is like the body's computer. It controls body temperature and reminds us to breathe. The brain allows the body to have voluntary movement, thought, language, and reasoning. Different parts of the brain have different jobs. The brain tells us when we're hungry and thirsty. It's also responsible for memory and emotion. Our brain relies on food to give it energy. You need to eat healthy food to keep your brain and the rest of your body working right. Healthy food like fruits, vegetables, cereal, grains, milk, and other dairy products are all important for us to eat. We also need to keep our brains active. Research has shown that the less active our brain is, the less we are able to remember and do. So keep thinking, moving, and doing. It's great for your brain. Mercury. Did you know that Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun? It is also the 8th largest planet. This means it is not a very big planet. Mercury has been visited by one spacecraft. The name of the spacecraft was the Mariner 10. It flew by Mercury 3 times. In many ways, Mercury is very similar to the Moon. There are lots of crafts around Mercury. Mercury does not have any known moons. When looking up at the sky, it is sometimes possible to see Mercury with a pair of binoculars around sunrise or sunset. The temperature on Mercury can be very extreme. It is so close to the Sun that it gets very hot during the day but very cold at night. Mercury is about 36 million miles away from the Sun. As far as we know, Mercury does not have any water, and it is black and brown in color. Mercury rotates on its axis very slowly, but orbits the Sun very quickly. The surface of Mercury seems to show that there may have been volcanoes at one time on Mercury. Mercury orbits so close to the Sun that sometimes it can be hard to see. Mercury is never far from the Sun in the sky. The glare in the Sun is so bright that you can see Mercury beds at twilight. Uranus. Uranus sits at the far end of the solar system, between Saturn and Neptune. These other planets are made of very different materials than the inner planets. Uranus is mostly made up of frozen gas. The inside of Uranus is made up of methane gas. The methane gas gives the planet a blue-green color. Uranus is also covered with clouds. Uranus is the fourth largest object in the solar system. It is the seventh planet from the Sun. It has been discovered that Uranus had 27 moons, and lots of rings. These rings are shaped differently than the ring of Saturn or Jupiter. Uranus has partial rings. The rings are very faint and hard to see. The moons are icy and have no atmosphere. There is not much possibility that there is life on Uranus. The Voyager 2 flew by Uranus and was able to get 7,000 pictures of Uranus, its rings, and its moon. The Voyager 2 was launched in 1977 and arrived in 1986. That is one long trip. Earth atmosphere. What do you know about Earth atmosphere? Earth atmosphere is the thin layer of gases that covers the outer Earth. It is mostly made up of nitrogen and oxygen. There are other gases in the atmosphere as well. This layer of gases is very important. It protects Earth from extreme temperatures. The atmosphere also traps heated air. It protects Earth from the sun's ultraviolet rays. These rays can be very harmful. The atmosphere is about 300 miles thick. It slowly becomes thinner the farther it is from Earth and fades up into space. There isn't a real defined boundary between the atmosphere and space. Oxygen in the atmosphere is important. Oxygen allowed us to breathe. Without oxygen in the air, we would not be able to live. So the oxygen has changed over time. This is called the ozone layer. Some experts believe that humans have caused a hole in the ozone layer. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers. The weather we experience on Earth takes place in the first layer. Weather happens because the atmosphere is constantly moving and changing.